guys, what's going on? Martial Shark reaching out to you guys with another video of Dragon Ball Super. This time it's my episode 105 review, titled A Fierce Battle, Master Roshi Stakes His Life. So overall, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was pretty interesting how they implemented at least some ability to give relevance to Master Roshi even during this fight, which, you know, technically I feel like he's probably one of the weakest of the members, but he did a great job holding his own against Universe 4. So to start off, he ended up versing one of the girls. I think her name was Kawe, something like that. And she actually has an ability that we're kind of familiar with, at least when it comes to Goku Black, since he was able to manipulate his ki into a saber. She's able to manipulate her ki into other objects, such as a hammer, I think she brought up one point, and a spear. And surprisingly enough, Master Roshi was keeping his own with her. So he was able to actually grab her spear at one point with just 2 fingers, and was actually challenging her, at least from the strength standpoint. So he was holding his own. And eventually she actually ended up seducing Roshi, and that was her overall plan with him, is to basically seduce him and then I guess kick him out of the ring some way. And it ended up kind of backfiring on her. We kind of expected Roshi to go to his old ways as a perverted old man, and he somewhat does, kinda, but I feel like he was purposely pretending to act like that to kind of trip her up. And it's funny because he actually ends up scaring her when he gets all bulky, and causes her to actually run off of the arena and pretty much wringing out herself. And I thought that was hilarious. I was laughing so hard when that happened, I'm not gonna lie. After watching this fight, I honestly believe that Roshi may have the most development out of all the characters that are currently, at least in Tournament of Power, or if any Dragon Ball Z character, period, that is now in Super. He has pretty much had this weakness, if you want to call it a weakness, since the original Dragon Ball. I mean, the first time you met him, he basically wanted Bulma to flash him with her panties. And now in Dragon Ball, he's overcome that, at least we believe he has. But right here kind of showed it that he somewhat acted like he was going back to his old ways, but as soon as he was face to face with Kawe, he bulked up and got more serious and kind of scared her off. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I really enjoyed his character development here. After Kawe was eliminated, Roshi's next opponent came up, and she was yet again from Universe 4, just like she was. I believe her name is Cori, if I remember correctly. Basically, if I understood her powers correctly, I think she pretty much controlled the shadows and can kind of make people hallucinate, kinda, if I understood it right. But apparently she gets more powerful when there's shadows involved. So all said and done, at one point she gets Roshi into a shadowed area, and Roshi can't move. So or at least he can't move his legs and can't move out of his position. And Roshi ends up pulling out this little tiny cup, and of course we knew that was gonna happen, and he ended up using the evil containment wave right into the cup. So he forced her into the cup, takes the cup, and throws her out of the arena. So pretty much he took out 2 Universe 4 members in the matter of this episode so far. So this is definitely a Master Roshi episode, period. I mean, he's in the title, of course, so he is wrecking shop for Universe 4, kind of. I mean, honestly, he's a force to be reckoned with at this point when it comes to that universe, so they're out to get him pretty much at this point. Right after that, there was a funny little argument happening between Beerus and Quintella, I think his name is. He's the mouse god from Universe 4. Obviously, Quintella is upset because two of his members have been knocked out, obviously, but he's more frustrated that they can't use outside items, and he's counting the little cup as an outside item, as a weapon. And they're arguing back and forth, and they're face to face, and they're like yelling at each other's faces, and both Xenos look at them and say, "It's safe," and they just like cower in fear from them, and they just say, "Yes, yes sir, yes sir." So it was pretty funny seeing that happen. That was probably the second main time I laughed in the episode so far. So at this point of the battle, Roshi is good to go. The Xenos approves him for using that Mafuba ability, or the evil containment wave, if you will. And there's another fighter from Universe 7 that's kind of ticked off a little bit that two of his members got knocked out from this one old man. And I believe, what was his name? Let me look it up real fast. Was Shansta, I believe. And he's a character we saw before in the past. I think Vegeta fought him in one of the previous episodes, maybe like during the first episode of the battle, the Tournament of Power. But he's not very happy about this, that two of his members got knocked out from one little old man, and he challenges Roshi for a fight, and he powers up to this like crazy looking. To me, it reminds me more of like a Digimon character, maybe. Like he's like a bird man, a bulky bird man creature thing. And I'll put a video in here, hopefully a picture here showing you guys exactly what he looks like. But he goes to attack Roshi, and Roshi's sitting there deflecting all of his attacks and redirecting him, so he's actually more powerful than this guy. So he's kind of wiping the floor with this guy for a few moments here. But we later learn that over time, the Shansta, his ability is that he grows in power as time moves forward, if I remember correctly. So he's getting stronger versus Roshi, and Roshi ends up getting pretty much at one point his ass beaten at that point. And there's a moment where Roshi's pretty much telling Krillin and Goku that, you know, they were great pupils, pretty much giving them some encouragement, talking like, you know, this man's gonna die. And he does a super Kamehameha into Shansta and basically knocking him off the arena. So that's the third person he knocked off, at least in this episode. And Goku and Krillin, at least, is like cheering Roshi on. He's like, yeah, you did it. And all of a sudden, Master Roshi just falls over and hits the ground pretty hard, and then that's it. Like, he just falls down. At this point, Krillin screams to Goku pretty much to go to Master Roshi. At the same time, Goku is basically battling his opponent. His name is Kaji Ko, if I recall, and he's like think of it like the Terminator, the second Terminator movie with like the liquid metal guy, how he can like manipulate his body and stuff. It's kind of like that. And Goku's struggling with him, and all of a sudden he goes Super Saiyan Blue, gets out of it, yells towards Master Roshi, and flies right towards him. So this part of the battle, this part was actually pretty sad. I mean, in the overall like essence of the episode, it doesn't really matter because everything ends up being fine. But basically, at one point, Roshi is dead. He died, or at least it seems like he died. And then Goku's trying to resuscitate him with energy blasts. Like he put his hands down to his chest, charged an energy blast, and then pretty much electroshocked him, trying to bring him, jolt him back to life. And eventually he does, and it was just a little more suspenseful while it was happening. And all said and done, he ends up reviving him. But it was kind of a sad moment, and it was pretty much a moment pretty much showing off the pupil and the master, basically the history of all through Dragon Ball with these characters and stuff. Because Goku, once he realized Roshi was still alive, he gave him like a really big hug, and that was pretty emotional, especially for me, coming from Dragon Ball Z, the history I had with the series. So Overall, I think the episode was enjoyable. I did have a good time with it, and as a animation standpoint, I think it was pretty solid. To be honest, I didn't really notice anything under animated as of like the quality of it. There was a few parts where Goku, when he was like over Master Roshi, his face looks kind of odd, but besides that, I think it was a solid episode, especially for Roshi fans, whoever enjoys Master Roshi and his character. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, much appreciated. If you guys hit that like button, please sub to the channel. That would definitely keep me going. It definitely also shows me that you guys like the content and like the videos that I post. So until next time, guys, talk to you guys later.